morning and good to have you with us here on Mirror Now. I'm Tanvi Shukla and we've been bringing you non-stop updates as India fights coronavirus. Is lockdown day 4. But a very interesting thing actually happened today. It was announced yesterday when the government and Doordarshan came out to say that they're going to bring back the classics from the 80s and the 90s. And the first show that they actually spoke about was the Ramayana, the Ramanand Sagar's famous Ramayana that became a huge hit in the 80s in 1987 when it was first launched. And now it has been brought back as the country goes through a 3-week lockdown. This is one of the steps that has been taken perhaps to keep us busy, to keep us entertained. Now, joining me on this special broadcast is Deepika, who was this actor who played the role of Sita and became really famous, and I think that role kind of stuck, for the past 30 years. Thank you so much, Deepika Chikhalia. Good evening, and thank you for speaking to us. It's been over 30 years. Did you ever think that, there would be a moment when we would be sitting here and talking about a rerun in 2020?
No, definitely not. I mean, people have always asked me to speak to the government and to get it re-telecasted, but no, it has never happened. And I think it's lovely because the timing is so perfect, if you ask me, that people get to see it when they are at home. So they're really going to make the most of it.
You say that people have often asked you if that could be done, were these your family members or friends or people that you met or fans of the previous Ramayana who would want, who would come to you and say that?
There were a lot of people, most of them were fans who came to me and they would tell me that we have enjoyed watching Ramayana so much and we would want our children to see that kind of the euphoria that was created. And if you could always, appeal to the government and get it done. And I really never thought that, this would really happen. But I think this is one of those miracles taking place again.
Deepika, it's a very different world that we live in today from what it was then. One thing common, of course, is that at that point of time, every time a fresh episode of Ramayana was telecast, I was told that the roads would be completely empty, all activity would come to a standstill because everybody would be crowding around that one television set in their neighborhood, or in their own homes. The roads are empty right now as well, though for a very, very different reason. Do you think, now is the time again that people would turn towards this show, perhaps not just to keep themselves busy, but also get some other message out of it?
I definitely think that people should get busy watching it because it keeps you positive, it keeps you occupied. And what better way than to think about your culture and to think about see the story, and it's very well made. It is a story. It is been depicted so beautifully, so wonderfully. It's all about your relationships. There's so much to learn, so much to take from. So I would definitely think that people should. And you're right about this point that you made, that there was just one television in the society or the small village and everybody would crowd. Now things are very different. You, in one house, you would have 3 televisions. So things have changed. But I definitely think that people should treat it as a learning, treat it as an experience, treat it as an experience, and watch it, because I think you just been very lucky that you have got something that people have been wanting for the past 33 years. Ever since it's gone over, people have always wanted it back. So when you've got it, just make use of it, and nothing better than to be positive, because this teaches you positivity. And in a moment like this and the crisis that we are facing, it's so important to be positive. That's how you're going to sail through it. Yeah.
Oh, yes, absolutely. In fact, that's something that we've also been highlighting, that positivity is what one needs right now. We are in for the long haul. It's a battle that the entire country needs to fight together. And sometimes, all the depressing news and all the tough situation can get to us. So I understand what you're saying, but how do you think the online streaming generation is going to react to this? Everybody's talking about it. I'm sure a lot of, the youngsters, the 30-year-olds who were just kids at that time or born around that time, will also end up watching Ramayana now. How do you think they're going to react to it?
I think it's all a mindset. I mean, if you want to look at it positively, you will look at it positively. You want to see it negatively, you would find, oh, कितना slow है. अरे my God, ये तो देखो कैसे हो रहा है. Production value कैसी है? ये कैसा है? So I think it's just about your own mindset and how you take a situation. I mean, today you have been given this time by sitting at home and watching Ramayana. So then make use of that time and watch Ramayana. I mean,
Yes.
I understand in today's time, you have a generation which cannot even sit at home. In your own house, you do not want to sit. You just want to go out. You want to surf continuously. People are surfing, watching 2, 3 episodes of 2, 3 different serials at one point of time. So you lack patience. So I think this is one of the things that you will get to learn. You get to learn to stay at home and have patience to go through the whole episode and imbibe something from this.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Now, since I have you today, and we don't get to talk often, I just wanted to ask you, from that era, from the way things worked and the way you all shot and produced the TV series and what it became, is there a specific memory that you would like to share with us today?
I have a lot of people asking me this question in the past 33 years. So I really have, lost count of, giving you different experiences. But there have been a lot of memories where people have come to us and they have placed their children on our feet and they have said, please bless the child. There have been experiences where we have had people who would be my grandparents' age who've come and touched my feet, and have asked for blessings. And they don't think that we are actors. They just think that we are demigods. We are representative of gods. So, and wherever we have gone, we've had people looking at us with total adoration, absolute faith, hope, and a lot of love. Lot of love. We've got a lot of love. Yeah. So there's been a lot of great experiences for us in these years. This whole complete journey of Ramayana.
Um, when you found out, I don't know if it was when the government announced it and put it on Twitter, or before that, if they had a conversation with you all that they were planning to bring this back, that Doordarshan is planning to bring this out. But when you found out, did you have a conversation with any of your colleagues from then? Did you have a chat with Arun Govil
So
about what was
had
happening?
patient. No. In fact, I met Arunji and Sunil on the video chat that we were doing yesterday for
Yeah.
these live television shows. So that's where we interacted. And we have a chat, a Ramayana group chat we have, in which Sunil is a little active.
Okay.
And Arunji just reads through, I think, because he doesn't react on anything. So I'm not sure. And we started Shiv. Shiv is Prem Sagar's Ji's son.
Oh.
So this was basically started. The chat is being started for the book launch of Raman and Sagar. So written by his son. So this whole thing has started. The chat started because of that, and because of that, we were on Sony for Kapil Sharma's show. So of course we got to know it from the chat. I got to know it from the chat that there have been news from the Doordarshan that we would be starting it. Yeah.
Okay, outside of Ramayan, because obviously that's extremely close to you and you were involved with it. If I had to ask you that one show or piece of cinema that you think should be brought back right now and will help people go through this crisis, what would it be?
I think government has already gotten around 5 shows, if I'm not mistaken. That's what I've been told
Yes.
about. So I think that's enough to keep the people occupied because there's a lot of work at home. Otherwise, also, I
Right.
mean, people your own work from home happening. You are doing your physical activities like yoga and gym, and you have your little hobbies that you have. So I think the government has looked at it very well. It's a very well-rounded up experience for people now, because they get to watch something interesting and pray and keep themselves positive. At the same time, I think just carry on with your activities that you are doing, and you're fine. I don't remember any show. If that's specifically a question you're asking, I cannot at this point of time think of anything.
Um, okay, no, there are. You're right. There are 5 shows that they have decided to bring back. Deepika, what have you been doing to keep yourself busy in times of a lockdown?
Well, I have been doing a little bit of a yoga. I paint. I cook sometimes, and last 3 days I've done nothing except giving interviews left, right, and center.
Yes.
I've just been talking. And prior to that, yes, I am reading a book called Manusmriti, which is given by my daughter, my older daughter, Nidhi, her name is. So she's given it to me, and I'm reading the Gita, written by Dev Dutt. So I'm doing the reading of that, and of course, I'm watching a lot of Netflix and Amazon. Like I think everybody is surfing channels. So I think I'm all right. I'm just trying to
Did
keep
you
myself.
watch the first episode today? The first run?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did watch it. Yes.
How did that feel?
Honestly, it was nice. It was a very different feeling. But I think the first time when the magic happened and we saw it the first time in Raman and Sagar's house, we were 70, 80 people and we watched it together. So that was really magic. I mean, because TV had not seen anything like that. So we had gods and Vishnuji and Lakshmiji and Brahmaji and all the heavenly bodies on our Indian television. So I think it was beautiful, and television was very, very raw, very, very new. We did not have shows being made like this. So I think it was just pure magic. And having 80, 70, 80 people from the cast and crew watching it together, I think it was phenomenal. Today it's very different because this is isolation, so we are just 4 of us in the house, and we watched it. But yes, it was nice because today, in those days, I was young, I was unmarried. Today, I have my 2 daughters, I have my husband, so it's different.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for speaking to us and for walking down the memory lane with us as we all now get back to the television sets to watch the telecast of Ramayana. Thank you so much, Deepika, for joining us.
Thank